Aloha folks, and welcome to today's video. Today is the full moon in Taurus, and it's our extended lunar eclipse. I'm hearing 3 hours, so gosh, I am not staying up that late. It's going to be around 1 in the morning West Coast time, which is fortunate. I won't have to be up at like 4 if I was on the East Coast, even though that'd actually be easier for me. Anyway, neither here nor there because I'm not there. So here's the chart. You can see 2714 and 2714 on the sun as well. And here you can see with much lighter lines, because it's within a 3-degree orb instead of perfection. We have our right triangle here with Pluto. See, moon trine Pluto to sextile sun. So really succinctly, the sun rules our present moments. It rules how we feel about the present, and the sun rules how we feel, and the moon rules how we feel about the past. So when we have a full moon, this is the full light of awareness in terms of really seeing past and present as to why did we get to where we are? What have we been overlooking? Because suddenly things in the past are fully lit up and brought into the awareness of the now. See, past and present, sun and moon. But we're having this sextile / trine to Pluto. So it's just feeling really intense. And the things that you've been working on lately, the things that you've been thinking about, well, now it becomes obsessive because that's Pluto. Okay, we have another similar structure in the sky. It's the exact same shape. It isn't quite as perfect in some cases, but you can see here we have Uranus at 12 degrees, 11 minutes, and that's also making a trine to Venus at 12 degrees, 17 minutes, who's making a sextile to Mars at 13 minutes, 23 degrees. And I mentioned Mars before. I mentioned Mars in my last transit video because Mars ruled our last 2 moons. So anyway, you can see that even though it's not perfected, there's still just over a 1-degree orb, 1 degree, 12-minute orb, 13, 23, 12, 11, we still have the opposition of Uranus and Mars. So there's still this competitive, aggressive play that's going on between ourselves. But Venus is in here saying that this can be attractive if we know what we're dealing with, right? Because that Uranus Mars is so competitive and so aggressive that it tends to be explosive. But we have Venus in the play now. And so Venus is now saying, let's make this more attractive. Like, gosh, my brain just thinks of Michael Jordan, because a lot of insiders, a lot of NBA insiders will talk about how aggressive Michael Jordan was, how his attitude, how horrible his attitude was towards the other players, about his horrific shit talking, how you didn't even want to look him in the eye because he would take it the wrong way and he would prove to you that he was better than you on the court. Okay. But now we have Venus in the play, right? And Venus is like the audience in the crowd seeing Michael Jordan's antics and having no clue what's going on behind the scenes and just loving him and lapping it up. And there's a reason why he is on a majority of Nike shoes that I see. His silhouette making that slam dunk as he flies through the air. There's something so attractive about Michael Jordan's competitiveness. So that's one of the shapes that's going on right now. We have this competitive, aggressive, and yet attractive energy. And we also have this really intense feeling of reconciling the past and present. So because we have these two energies interacting, they're separate. They are not necessarily related. They are separate, but they still have to interact because they're both being experienced by us individuals at the same time. Now, how that's going to be experienced, it depends on where your rising sign is. And so it will change the houses. I have been talking about refuse lately, and you know, when you're immersed in things, Scorpio, you tend to notice things around you that other people might not. And it's that noticing of other things that's you're grounding yourself in Taurus, right? So if you immerse yourself, it's fascinating, right? Like hoarders, for example, right? Hoarders live in this environment that is full of trash and they're immersed in it. And yet they don't see the things that they're around. And so then we have this competitive, Uranian, but attractive energy. And it's like somebody coming into that hoarder house and saying, I see all the shit. And being able to actually reach through to that person, being like, look, this is what's going on. And if Venus can be honored, perhaps that message can be that aggressive message that there is something wrong. That is Uranus, Mars. There is something wrong. We need to clean this up. But with Venus in there, if she is brought along and treated right, that message can be softened to be more attractive, because I guarantee you that those hoarders are obsessed with how rotten they feel, and they don't know how to change their environment. They don't get it. So what a strange example, but I'm just trusting that you get what I'm saying. You get the underlying energies, because these are the feelings that are being pumped out right now. And with the, let's go back here real quick, with our support, see, like we have these two oppositions. Oppositions are so strong, and they're in the polarities of being immersed and then trying to figure out how to actually make things in the real world happen and move, which can be really difficult because it's Taurus, and Taurus is such a Taoist. You cannot speed him up. You cannot slow him down. Once a process has begun in Taurus, it's on a fixed track, right? Taurus is a fixed sign. But we have our right triangles being grounded in this, and I'm using grounded in this earthy sign of Capricorn. So it's saying, okay, we have to check on the structure as a whole. Can we detach ourselves from, can we be both immersed and detached at the same time? And if we can, because it's a sextile, it means we totally can do it. If we can be both immersed and detached at the same time, that's what's really going to help us through this slow process. And I mean slow, because again, we're looking at Taurus, and Taurus says things in the physical world change at the rate that they change. You can't speed them up, and you can't slow it down. You can't make the volcano blow up any faster, and you certainly can't make the lava flow any slower to give yourself time for evacuation. So I don't know why I brought up refuse, probably because I have a number of friends who don't even interact with each other, and they're all having UTIs right now. So if you're experiencing one, know that you're not alone. Know that you're not alone. Have a wonderful eclipse. Thank you.